Hey, welcome to another DIY project video. I'm Brian from rvwithtito.com, and today I'm going to create a spot where I can relocate and access all of my RV electronics from a single location, like a command center or a big control panel. And right now I have things kind of scattered about on different walls, and my inverter control and my battery monitoring and just a lot of other switches and display monitors. And I'd like to have all that stuff in one conveniently centralized spot. And I'm going to go ahead and put that right about here. Now, this is going to be the first video in a series of project videos where I'm going to do some smaller and larger remodeling projects on the inside of the RV here. So if that's something you're interested in, be sure you are subscribed to the channel so you don't miss anything that's going to be upcoming in the next couple months or so. So let's go ahead and get started with this project. So, I don't quite have this project completely thought out just yet. What I do have is a solid concept, a vision. And you can see it in this little drawing here. So I drew up this little drawing and did the cardboard cutout so I can kind of see it. And I still have a few things I need to figure out. One of them is that I want the front of this panel to be able to flip down so I can get behind it easily when I need to add something new or do some wiring back there. I don't want it to be totally screwed down permanently in place. So I need to figure that out. What I did figure out is the material that I'm going to use, because I was worried about being able to match up the finish and the color with the existing cabinets, because I don't want it to look like an afterthought. I want it to look like it's always been there. So I was able to actually just salvage some paneling and a couple other pieces from other places in the RV that are just totally out of sight anyway, like under my bed. So I just took a couple pieces out of there and a couple other pieces that I'm going to use to build this. So that problem is solved. But let me play around with some scrap and see if I can figure out this hinge thing, and we'll come back to you after that. Okay, this didn't quite turn out exactly like I thought it would, but I think I got something that's gonna work. So, I was able to, I think, be able to get the door to be able to swing open, but it's gonna have to slide out ever so slightly in order to do that. So, this whole piece is gonna slide in and out, and while it opens, and then when it closes, I'll have a magnetic latch to keep the door closed. I think I got all the pieces cut to kind of hold this thing together. Now it's just a matter of cutting the actual finished pieces, and the panel should start to take shape, I hope. So on to the next step. Well, let me take you through quickly what's going to go on this control panel here. I thought I'd spend a little time and lay this out and really think it through before I started drilling holes and cutting holes into this surface here. But I think I got it laid out the way that I'm gonna display everything. And I also planned a little bit for the future because I'm gonna add some additional switches in the future. I just know it, so I want to make sure that I have placeholders for those. So let's walk through from left to right. I've got a couple of switches here and just kind of balance things out. Those will be for future use. I don't have a use for them now. My inverter control here, and next to that is going to be the light, so I know when my converter is on, it's going to illuminate. And I have my my side camera monitor here, and I'm going to be able to turn that on and off with one of these switches right next to it. And one of these switches is actually going to control the power to the camera itself. And these other switches here to the right of that are going to be just spares, not used yet. And on the far right is this new monitoring system that I'm not going to talk about right now because I'm going to spend a whole video in the next video introducing you guys to that new product. But so zipping it for now. You have to stay tuned for the next video. So I'm going to go ahead and mark all these and just start cutting some holes. Everything's going to be flush mounted, so it should look nice and cool when I'm done. Well, here it is. Pretty cool. All I have to do is get it mounted and in the RV and all cabled up. But I just wanted to mention that whole plan about the door hinging and folding down and all that. Yeah, that didn't work out. So I did a test fit in the RV once I had the initial door constructed, and it was just a little too snug in there, and it just wouldn't have worked. So I went back and just kind of took a more basic approach with how I'm gonna construct this, just the basic kind of a box approach, and I think it's actually gonna work out a little bit better. I'm gonna still be able to access all this stuff. So slightly different plan, a little easier, and I'm liking the way this is going to turn out, so time to head out to the RV and get this wrapped up. So this is the part of the project that Melissa hates to see and will avoid at all costs, because unfortunately when I start doing a bunch of wiring especially, it looks like a disaster zone for quite a while, and you know, I gotta take apart the cabinets and take everything out, remove the microwave. It just looks pretty nasty for a while. It looks like a disaster zone, but the goal is once I'm all done, it looks like nothing happened. Well, that's the goal. Okay, I think I've got all the wiring done. Everything's running to this spot here, ready to get all hooked up. So down to the final step, which is to basically get everything on this panel, look at that, connected, and the real exciting part, which is to get this panel lit up. So let's do that. So Melissa hasn't seen any of this stuff, so I just texted her and asked her to come check it out, and we'll see what she thinks. Here she comes. On. Oh, there she is. Hey.
Hey. Hey.
Come on in.
What's going on?
I just wanted to show you this new thing.
Oh, God, Brian.
I know, a bit messy.
It's just a mess in
Stuff
here.
all torn up behind the camera.
Oh,
But
okay.
yeah, what do you everything's been moved up into this
Oh, wow.
this new control panel. What do you think?
Wow, that looks really nice. That's really cool. So, I don't remember this being here.
So this kind of
So
whole
we're-
box thing was constructed from other pieces of paneling and stuff that matched the existing cabinets.
From where?
Just different places,
Okay.
like under our bed and things like that. That
Okay, so I won't notice there's
no,
stuff gone.
No,
Okay.
no, I won't tell you where most of it is.
I want to know. Oh, it looks really good. It looks like it's always been there.
Right?
Very cool.
Yeah, so it blends in. I was worried about being able to match
Yeah.
this, new wood with the color of the cabinet, so it worked out
Yeah.
pretty well.
No, that's awesome. So this came from down there.
Yeah, that's our inverter
Which
control.
is, you need to fix that.
Yep.
And then, is that new?
Yeah, it's our side camera and monitor. So
No, but it's new? You got another
it's
one?
the same monitor, but it's actually behind the cabinet.
Oh, because that was up there. Okay.
Yeah, so it's just
Okay.
behind here, and this is just a faceplate to kind of make it all flush
For some
looking.
reason I thought it was bigger, but okay.
It is bigger behind there.
Oh, I got it. Okay.
Yeah. So let's just turn on the display, turn on the camera,
Okay,
and
so
everything's good.
what's that?
Okay, so that's something new, new piece of gear that I'm not going to talk about right now. That's going to be the subject of the next video, so make sure you guys are subscribed so you will get that when it comes out. But it does a whole bunch of stuff that I'm really excited about, and I'm excited to share it with you.
I would like to learn too.
In the next one. So, so yeah.
Nice work.
Well, thanks.
Yeah.
Glad you like it. I'm excited to kind of hit the road with this stuff.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Well, take care, guys. I hope you liked the video. See you in the next one.
Bye.